In this video, I'll demonstrate on how to install the on the ear to over the ear adapters. Now when you bought it, it comes with these adapters, and this is the Logitech Zone headphones. As you can see, these are the factory ear pads, and they're uncomfortable because it sits on the ear rather than over the ear. So these adapter goes around the rim as we've described in the listing, and optionally you can purchase the earphones as well. And these earphones would of course replace the factory phones, and you can see these make a more comfortable over the ear configuration rather than on the ear. So you'll need these adapters, and once you put them together, remove the backing of the sticker and put them on. And if you bought the ear pads, it should come with a crazy glue. But another tool that we can find, or we find helpful as well, maybe just as a quick thing to kind of hold and let it set, the glue set, would be using a hot glue. So this is optional. We just recommend if you have one in handy would be good, but it's not necessary because the crazy glue will do a superb job. It'll hold it well, but it's kind of slow. Takes a long time to dry. So let's start. I'm gonna set these aside and the crazy glue set aside. We'll look at the adapters and the factory Logitech headset. So you can see, let's look at adapters first. It comes in, of course, two pairs, one side left, one side right. Doesn't matter which one it is, but you notice one has a little notch. You can see in the camera, notch, and the other one does not. It has a hole. So you can do a dry fit if you want. You don't need to, but it may help you kind of see how it goes in place like that. And there you go. And you do that for the other side as well. So take it out again. Okay, as you can see, the surface is really smooth, the surface quality, but the round is not, because the way we 3D print it, we print it this way on top of the bed, and it prints up layer by layer. We cannot do it this way because you can see the groove in here. If we're printing it with the side down this way, is the top groove is in mid-air, suspended in mid-air, and we cannot print that way because it'll droop down without requiring a lot of support. And you have a lot of support, it doesn't really fit into the channel. This groove in here, it doesn't fit in well because all the other small plastic pieces are in the way. So we found this is the best way to get it printed, and there's really no helping with this light at this really steep angle. It just doesn't cool. Even though we have great printers, it's cooling, but it's just the way it is. It isn't as smooth as these other edges. So to start, we want to remove, you're gonna have to rip apart the factory phone. So start doing that. Oh, look at this. This is nice. This is actually our second model. We have an older one where we had to rip it, and looks like this one, this new version, you can actually save this. For some reason, or this is kind of a little tacky, sticky. We were kind of a bit surprised because on the old version, you had to rip the foam off and it left some stickers here, and then you had to take it off. This one you can actually save, and you don't need to throw it away. Look at that. So that's pretty good. If you don't like, I guess, you want to go back to this, you can save this. So that's pretty nice. So that's new. Didn't know that worked. Okay, so now you can see that the groove is exposed. You want to take the pair of it, and you could see that one side is thinner and one side is thicker. So to get inside this really thin groove, you're going to put the thin side inside or against the headphones. And there you go. Okay. And you want to put the other side into the groove. and there we go. And you can see it's in now, but now it's loose. So this is where the crazy glue part comes in. You want to go ahead, and once you kind of get the feeling for it and it's going to be sitting in there, you want to go ahead and remove it again. You want to place some glue carefully in here or inside the hole, up to you, on the surfaces. So once you put crazy glue, you'll get it to be stuck there. And I would go further and put in a layer of glue right in between the seams, so this way it's permanently bonded. Now, once that's dry, you leave it to dry, but you notice how it spins. So to stop the spinning, and the reason why you want it not to spin is because when you put the foam on, you notice that the foam is not circle, it's kind of oval. So that fits onto your ears, and you want to put it on. You don't want to rotate. You don't want it to rotate, because when it rotates, now it's not really aligned to your ear. Your ear is in a vertical or in an oval shape. So you want to keep it like this in an oval shape. So you want to prevent it from rotating, and to do that, what we do is you can just glue. Use more glue, and either glue. And take this outer part again. So we should probably just go back and say, okay, you want to also add glue here if you want to make it permanent. Do it for the other half of the adapter as well. Put a bunch of glue in here, so when you stick it on, it will be permanent, and then it will not rotate. But if you want a kind of a semi-permanent, where maybe you're not comfortable making it permanent, what we do is put a dab of glue in here, just 1 or 2 dots, and that will prevent it from rotating. But we also point out that hot glue, you can use hot glue and put a bead inside here, and the more hot glue you use, the more it's going to be difficult to remove. So maybe just put a bead up here and put a bead down here. And once the hot glue dries, it will not rotate. Okay? So that's what we recommend doing. So let's say we already did that. We glued everything. So we waited to dry. And now you simply peel the sticker and line it up. So this way the oval is in a vertical shape, and stick it on. And that's it. You're done. So repeat the whole thing for the other side, and you are done. So if you ever need to remove it, you can actually remove this carefully. It comes out. If you find issues, if this falls out, add more glue or apply maybe hot glue, but it should not if depending on how permanent you want it. But that is how it's done. Thank you.